our own. Thank you, sir. Also like to recognize, seated, the presence of the able and dynamic chairman of your state branch. While that is going on, please can we rise as we welcome officially to this place the Vice President of Nigeria, ably represented by Surveyor Suleiman Hassan Zama, MNI. Please, noble colleagues, let's warmly welcome him with an applause. Thank you. Thank you. May we rise as we listen to your attempt. Thank you so much. To take the opening prayer, I would like to call to the podium Bishop Taiwo Adelakun to come and give us an opening prayer. Is the bishop still here? Bishop Taiwo Adelakun, is he here still? Okay, maybe he stepped out. May I then request the presence of a member of council and the chairman, River State Branch, Estate Surveyor and Valuer Elliot Orupabo, to step out and give us an opening prayer. Is he still here? He's gone. Can I request the presence of Dr. Ire Okoli, please, to come and give us an opening prayer? A warm applause as he steps out, please. That's what we're doing. Okay.
Please, may we stand up for prayers. Almighty God, we thank you for this gathering. We call you to come and be with us. We thank you for getting all of us here safely. Come and take control of what we're going to do here, so that at the end of the day, we shall have cause to give you thanks and glory. All this praise through Christ our Lord. Please sit down.
Thank you, sir. The next item on the program is a welcome address by the host branch chairman. So we'd like to call forth the chairman of the state branch, Estate Surveyor and Valuer Rafiu Boega Kadri, FNIVS. A warm applause, distinguished noble colleagues, as he steps up to give us his welcome address.
The Vice President, ably represented by the Minister of State, the Oyo State Governor, Senator Abiola Ajimobi, ably represented by our able Secretary to the Government, to Oyo State Government. Mr. President, the Honorable Commissioner for Lands, Housing and Survey, Oyo State, Chief Ajiboye Omodewu. Don't let me bother you. I want to respect other protocols because of time. Today marks the greatest day for me to welcome our noble colleagues to the 48th annual conference of our greatest institution, holding here in Ibadan, Oyo State capital. The conference, tagged Oyo 2018, is the fourth being hosted by the Pacesetter branch of Oyo. Since the first one also hosted here in Ibadan in 1970, the theme, which was named Land and Petroleum Economics in Nigeria. The branch also endeavored to host in 1983 and the last in 1997. It is therefore gratifying to host this year's conference the fourth time. May I therefore use this great opportunity to thank all of you for giving us the grace to host Oyo 2018 conference, 2018 conference, as unanimously approved our hosting bid at the floor of Osun Conference held in Osogbo in 2015 at the annual general meeting. May I draw our attention to this year's conference theme, Real Estate and Infrastructure as Drivers of National Economic Development, which focuses on provision of infrastructural facilities as a driving tool for development of our environment. May I also draw our attention to the Oyo State and government in our positive effort to create conducive atmosphere for infrastructural development through effective road construction and rehabilitation of existing networks. Positively, these efforts have thrown up Oyo State, particularly Ibadan City, as the new haven of patronage for industrial development and improved housing facilities. Investors from all over the world are now coming to the state to set up their economic outfits. Apart from the state capital, other major cities of the state have been opened up through road expansion and dualization. Such cities are Oyo, Ogbomoso, Ìṣẹ̀yìn, and Ṣakí. All the road networks at the outwards of Ibadan have been expanded through dualization and beautification. Indeed, we need to appreciate our indefatigable, forward-looking chief host of this conference, His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Oyo State, Senator Abiola Ajimobi, for his commitment. A round of applause for our governor. For his commitment to turn the state around for better living of his people. He has, through his exposure in life, demonstrated the policy of partnering with private sector institutions to change the landscape of Oyo State through opening of new roads, betterment of existing road networks, environmental cleanliness, and beautification, to mention a few among others. This year's conference theme shall be a turning point for all stakeholders in the built environment professional outfit group, and the government establishments in the state, and others at governmental and private sector levels. It's not against saying that the highly qualified and seasoned experts in their various fields who have been assembled as resource persons for this conference are up to the task for this important discourse. Therefore, all of us should make useful contributions during this conference so that at the end we shall be fulfilled to have gained one thing or the other. It is on this note, noble colleagues and guests, that I, on behalf of Oyo State Branch, wish to happily welcome all delegates, accompanying guests, distinguished resource persons, and members of the press to the 48th annual conference of our great institution in Ibadan, which is the center of what is now called, which is known as the Southwest in Ibadan, Southwest, and which has been serving as capital of Old Western Region, Western State, Old Oyo, and now present Oyo State. It's a center of hospitality, Ibadan, and its people are very accommodating to non-indigenous of the state, and this has reflected in its huge size. I wish to enjoin you all to take time to recreate out of the programs of the conference, to go around the city, especially to many areas of tourism which abound in the state capital and beyond. On a final note, once again, on behalf of the entire good people of Oyo State, the Oyo State branch, and the chief host of this conference, our patron, His Excellency Senator Isaac Abiola Ajimabi Kuseleri of Oyo State. I welcome you all and wish you a peaceful, fulfilling, and gainful conference and annual general meeting of our noble institution. Ẹ káàbọ̀ no Sanode Sua. I thank you all.
Noble colleagues, we can do much better for the man that we've known as Baba Oyo and has not disappointed us so far. Thank you. Moving forward, the next item on the agenda is a welcome address by our own President, Chairman of Council, and Commander-in-Chief of our institution. Distinguished noble colleagues, join me to warmly welcome to this podium Estate Surveyor and Valuer Dr. I expect to be clapping. Bolarinde Joshua Patunola Ajayi. Noble colleagues, this is our president. Let's appreciate him very well. This is our own president for a start. Thank you.
The Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, ably represented by the Honorable Minister of State for Federal Ministry of Power, Works and Housing, the Governor of Oyo State, ably represented by the Secretary to the State Government of Oyo State, our amiable Commissioner for Lands and Survey and Housing in Oyo State, my first Vice President, Sarola Nabonta, my second Vice President, I Chief Okaswike, my past presidents who are there in large number to support this administration. It has been like that for the past 2 years. We appreciate you. We welcome you. All fellows seated, the associates seated, the probationers in the house, and our future strength, the students over there. The wives of our members, estate surveyors and valuers' wife, Oyo State, and of course, last but not the least, my better half, my wife, estate surveyor and valuer, Olayinka Patun Olajai, fellow of the institution and MNI. Let me appreciate the presence of the press. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm delighted to welcome you to the opening ceremony of the 48th Annual Conference of the Nigerian Institution of Estate Surveyors and Valuers. Some of us have arrived since Monday for preliminary activities. Yesterday, it was lectures all over, and I'm sure every one of us enjoyed it with the activities put together by the state branch. Of course, I must not forget to acknowledge the reception of our host, Baba Oyo, as I've been given the name since we arrived here. That's the chairman of Oyo State Branch, the LOC, the CAC, all of them that have put together this conference together to make sure that we are having a beautiful program like this. In the recent time, we have this as a special conference, and we congratulate you for this special arrangement. Please let's give him and others a round of applause. I thank the Almighty God that we are all here. In thousands, we have come with the with various transport system on the road, in the air, and no news of any bad incident. And I know that we are going to have a peaceful, successful program, and that we know bad incidents throughout in the name of Jesus. We really appreciate God for our institution. The institution that started in this Oyo State, in this Ibadan city in 1969, continues to work strong. I was informed at the first conference, which was held here in January 1970, that there were less than, the attendance was whether around 100. And look at what we have thousands today. It is the Lord's doing, and it's marvelous in our eyes. In the course of development, the institution has faced with a lot of challenges, especially in the area of our professional practices. a lot of encroachment from other co-professionals in the building industry and even outside the building industry. There are various areas of our profession that people just believe it is business. Meanwhile, this is not business as usual. They are services that must be backed with professional qualifications before you can excellently discharge the duty to the community and to the entire populace of Nigeria. This has continued to remain a problem which we have to continue to seek the support of governments at the state level and federal level to eradicate quackery in areas of our practices. We also want to let our special guests know that the institution has always been looking at operation of land management system in Nigeria, which has resulted in the government not tapping the resources that is embedded in land. There are some countries of the world that the only resources they have as a backbone for their budget, for their economy, for their GDP is land. But here in Nigeria, we have not been able to tap a very small percentage of what land can give to individual and the government. Recently, we are trying to put together a request to the government to please establish the office of the Valuer General of the Federation for the proper administration of land system in Nigeria. If the government can do it, it's not only that the profession as alone will benefit, but the government itself will have more revenue, more than they can ever dream of. In fact, it can be competing favorably with revenue generated from oil. But I know that our minister will be of great help, because this is to emanate from your office to the Federal Executive Council to get the approval. We are working frantically. We have submitted proposals to your office, and I'm sure we'll continue to follow up. And we know that you will really help us as well as you will be helping the nation. In the last 2 years, we have tried to revolutionize our practice, because the whole world is moving on. Technological advancement is just sweeping over many things, but we do not want that. So in the last 2 years, we have gone ahead to revolutionize the way we practice our divisions. We have gone to specialization. Presently now, from far away South Africa, and today we are having other people coming from Kenya and other places to give us lecture, because we want to make sure that we are abreast with what goes on in the entire world. We want to also appreciate the government of Oyo State. We have been here, we have visited the governor, and we see how much development, physical development, that the government of Oyo State has embarked upon. That's really meet up with our team for this year's conference, really an infrastructure as drivers of national economic development. But we have seen in some of the papers presented yesterday that some countries of this world, like Dubai, Singapore, like even in America and some other Brazil, real estate has really been the mover of economy in those states. Why not Nigeria? We still have the funds we can apply to development of real estate, because a time is coming when the present source can dry off, but if you have put it in physical development of infrastructure and real estate, it will remain permanent. We had this story of Coogadi and Kalgoorlie in Australia in those days. One is a mineral city. By the time they were extracting mineral, they were using the money to build another settlement. After that mineral got finished, the infrastructure of that place was giving them money, and they have the money to be able to develop the extraction site to tourist center. We should look more into how this could be done. I'm sure you are going to have a very great lecture time. Not only lecture time, interactive time, and let all of us open our mind to learn and to get ourselves to be a better surveyor by the time, essay surveyor and valuer by the time we leave this place. Eager to just quickly leave the place. We all enjoy the delivery of.
The next item on the agenda is a welcome address, welcome speech by Chief Host, the Executive Governor of the state, in the person of His Excellency Senator Ishak Abiola Ajimobi, ably represented by the SSG. Ably represented by the SSG, Mr. Olaleko Ali,
for the operation of a society or enterprise, including basically the fundamental facilities and systems. And we like to note that the state government, since the year 2011, has embarked on massive infrastructural development instead of focusing on palliatives that are temporary. There was focus on massive road development in all the zones in the state because of our conviction that providing access, we are directly and indirectly improving jobs and income levels. All the zones of the state have been opened up, particularly via dualized roads, which had not been in place before this administration. Having realized the essence of only enhance not only the economy of the state, and in fact determine the structures you have in terms of properties in the state. Arising from this belief, we were one master plan for Ibadan City, which is the first in the series of other master plans that will be developed for the state, particularly for all the urban centers in the state. This is to enable us to determine the level of facilities, infrastructure that will be required to move the state ahead, forward, and in actual fact, transforming the southwestern part of the country, Ibadan being its essential nucleus. We have also gone ahead within the last couple of months to enlist the services of international bodies in association with some other local organizations to provide what we call the geographic information necessary for the development of the state. This, coupled with the assignment and service rendered by your institution in the state, will enable the state properly determine its advancement, specifically in terms of infrastructural facilities in the southwest zone. Our electronic CFOs, for instance, in the state are available and will be issued within 60 days from the very first day of application. Continues to be a pace-setter role state. essentially arising from those infrastructures that have been put in place, particularly in the First Republic of this country. Those are very much standing as a monumental infrastructure in the country today. We wouldn't want to bore you further, specifically in respect of other facilities that we must sustain in this state. The University College Hospital is there and is unrivaled in terms of architecture and infrastructure in the country today, let alone other facilities like the Nigerian Television Authority that is also housed in Ibadan, the capital of Oyo State. In this light, we want to say that all stakeholders in nation building, government and private sectors alike, must focus on investment in infrastructure which promotes good living, welfare, and well-being of the people. We should take a cue from developing countries, study their models, adapt such models, and tap from their human and capital resources to ensure the advancement of our country, Nigeria. Let me add that government anywhere in the world must be conscious of the fact that infrastructural development is its core responsibility and should spend expediently towards it. That's why attending the program is the official opening of the conference by the Vice President, Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Professor Yemi Osinbajo.
The Executive Governor of Oyo State, Senator Ishaq Abiola Ajimobi, ably represented by the Secretary to the State Government, Mr. Olalekan Ali, the President of the Nigerian Institution of Estate Surveyors, Estate Surveyor Dr. Patola Ajayi, Polarinde Joshua, FNI VS, Fellow of the Royal Institute of Chartered Surveyors, past presidents of the institution, fellows of the institution, Your Royal Highness, wives or spouses, rather, of the members of the Nigerian Institution of Estate Surveyors and Valuers, chairman and members of Estate Surveyors and Valuers Registration Board, members of the institution, associates and probationers, invited professionals, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, before I deliver the errand, I have enjoyed in Ibadan today double promotion. One, the rare privilege of being the acting vice president in this hall. The second is an elevation from the member of the Nigerian Institution of Surveyors, MNIS, to a member of the National Institute at this moment. But I am actually a member of the Nigerian Institution of Surveyors, not an MNI. I bring to you warm felicitations of the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, SAN. He would have loved to be here with you, but unfortunately he's attending to some other state matters. I actually left the Federal Executive Council meeting midway yesterday because of the importance he attached to our representation in this forum. Now, the message of His Excellency, the Vice President. It is my honor and privileged to be in your midst at the 48th Annual Conference of the Nigerian Institution of Estate Surveyors and Valuers. The theme for this year's conference, Real Estate and Infrastructure as Drivers of National Economic Development, is apt and appropriate. The theme addresses the contemporary challenges of the present administration of President Muhammadu Buhari in the area of infrastructural development, employment generation, housing development, and others. The focus of government on infrastructural development is visible and measurable through the amount being budgeted and released in capital appropriation since the inception of this administration, because we believe that that is the way to go. The Institution of Estate Surveyors and Valuers, which was founded in 1969 by a few general practitioners with the attendant enabling Decree 24 of 1975, now Cap E13, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria, 2007, has responsibility to offer advice to both government and the general public on issues of development and management of land resources. The institution has immensely contributed in stabilizing the activities of estate management and valuation through regulation, training, and continuous capacity building programs for members. Your institution has also prepared students for qualifying examinations of the institution to ensure that qualified professionals who have acquired specialized skills are permitted to operate in the sector. This is quite commendable. As you are aware, we are witnessing and undergoing a critical period in Nigerian economy in which the federal government is planning and charting a formidable way forward for the much anticipated giant leap in Nigeria's socio-economic development. Among the critical areas that will attract Mr. President's attention is the real estate development sector that will create volumes of job opportunities that will promote economic development. In the same vein, the land resources and benefits that will accrue to government, if properly exploited, will provide a leap in economic development. The support, contributions, and collaborations of your members and the institution in achieving infrastructural development is hereby solicited in the effort of government towards bringing about the desired changes in the country. The Economic Recovery and Growth Plan 2017 to 2020 of the federal government is predicated on three main objectives, viz. Restoring growth, investing in our people, and building a globally competitive economy. Your institution has much to contribute in the actualization of these objectives. Government is more resolute now to ensure that Nigeria turns to the path of sustainable growth and development, and your institution is expected to key into the recovery plan. It is pertinent to note that the ongoing implementation of the Economic Recovery and Growth Plan has contributed to Nigeria's economy from economic recession. I have been reliably informed that the conference is bringing together experts, academics, operators and managers and administrators from Nigeria and beyond to discuss issues on real estate and infrastructure as drivers of national economic development. It is my hope that the issues raised earlier in this address will be given due attention and consideration. Ladies and gentlemen, it is instructive to note that government is taking steps to diversify the nation's economy. Government is also aware that land resources have not been explored to the fullest, and there is need to expand the scope of benefit to the people. National and subnational governments can therefore take advantage of the vast land resources across the country that are capable of contributing to economic development. It is on this note that I urge you to come up with useful recommendations at the end of this conference on real estate